Good morning. It's August 5th. Quite a lovely morning. It's only 17 degrees, so it feels very fresh. Heading around the lake a little later than usual. I had some interesting challenges already this morning. Starting with an interview with the Calgary radio station. Connected to When Words Collide, the writing conference that I'm a guest of honor at, coming up next weekend. And in fact, we talked about these walks, so if anybody happens to be watching because they heard that, although I don't think it's aired yet, so you probably haven't. Welcome to Walking in Regina. And then I had a problem with a ebook that I had to fix. The ebook version of the What If You Could, the picture book I printed, I discovered had an issue that needed to be corrected. And it took me a while to figure out how to do that, because it was much harder publishing the picture book as an ebook than just a textbook. So it was a bit of a learning curve. You end up actually editing HTML, which I haven't done in a long time. I was kind of feeling my way through it, but I eventually figured out what the problem was and got it corrected. But somebody's getting work done in their backyard. Ours is just sitting there. Nobody's worked in there for days. I did see somebody out there this morning, but I think it was just the concrete guy picking up something that he'd left there. There's no sign of our deck getting built. Oh well, it'll happen, but it's the way with construction. They always tell you they're going to get it done promptly. But there's always unexpected delays. And on the other side of things, I'm just editing away still. Edit. Always something to edit. Nothing really changed there. I'm working my way. I'm almost done editing the Stories for Shapers of Worlds Volume 3. Which is good. Pretty much on track there. Very bright. I forgot my sunglasses again. Yeah, it was like 34 or something yesterday. Half that now, 17, and only going into about 22 today, I think, and cooler tomorrow even. So, and then it warms up again. So a bit up and down this time of year. And as I keep saying, could get frost this month. Hopefully we don't, but it has been known to happen. An early frost in August. Certainly by the time you hit September, it could happen at any time. And by the end of September, you just expect that it will have happened. I don't know what the average first frost date is, but I used to know, but I've forgotten. I used to know when I was writing agricultural stories for the Labor Review. Through the tunnel. And we'll go this way again because of the gardens. Saskatchewan flag flying up there because August 1st, Monday, was a holiday and it's Saskatchewan Day. Civic holiday, but we call it Saskatchewan Day here. I don't know if they do something similar in the other provinces. See how bright it is. Not a cloud in the sky. We'll run into all sorts of people today, I'm sure. Is it so nice out? People talking to themselves, like me. It's the bridge and the dam, both. The dam that makes the lake. There ain't no lake here without there being a dam. And let's see, any pelicans to be seen over there today? Look right under there. Oh, nope, no pelicans. Oh, there they are. Those white spots are pelicans. One of them was just swallowing something. I guess he got a fish. Here's our old friends, the geese. There are always geese. A couple of them in the water there as well. There's often some on this patch of grass, but not this morning. Oh, I guess there's some a little further down. Here comes our first dog of the day. We've had a jogger, we've had a dog. Our day is complete. And crows. Always lots of crows around too. This guy's walking down this side straight at me. Dog and jogger in one package. To the geese. Some gulls. Not technically seagulls, they're land gulls. They're still gulls. The difference could only matter to another gull. I think seagulls are bigger. Maybe not. Never held one up next to the other to see. And a bicyclist. Yes, you often get a bicyclist too. Another dog. Alright, we'll go up through the gardens again because it's so pretty. Maybe I'll go through the tennis court today. It'll be different. The bicyclist was wearing a mask that waved at me and saying, why? What do you think you're accomplishing by wearing a mask on a bicycle? It's like it's become a type of magical thinking with some people. They don't feel safe without a mask. Makes absolutely no difference. Doesn't even affect transmission very much, if at all. Oh well. Not my problem. I can smell the flowers. I think the pandemic response has literally driven some people crazy. And of course that's the Saskatchewan Legislative Building with the beautiful gardens we're walking through, which I can smell. Good morning, honey. You don't mind if I call you honey, do you? Let's go around this way. I think I'll go up the steps and take a look down the gardens from up there this morning. We'll go up the steps of the legislature. I could run up them like Rocky. Da 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 da. Not really my thing. Da 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 da. I hate the fact that they put these concrete things here. I've mentioned it before. I hate it. Go in down there is where the gift shop is. They do building tours every 30 minutes. The cornerstone, Their Majesties King George VI and Queen Elizabeth visited this building on May 25th, 1939. And if you turn around right here, you get a lovely view of the gardens and downtown in the distance, with the Queen on her horse there. Erected AD 1908, 1911, and there's the cornerstone. Laid on October 4th, 1909, by His Excellency Earl Grey, Governor General of Canada at the time, and also the one who gives us the Grey Cup, which is what Saskatchewan Rough Riders are attempting to win. But the way they're going, they're not going to. They've now lost 3 in a row. Let's walk along here, because why not? Right through that window to the other side. Don't know what's under there. An office of some sort, I would guess. Or a storeroom. Even more likely. So the Trafalgar Fountain down here, which I've pointed out, I think probably arrived at the same time as Their Majesties in 1939. Go through the parking lot here, we can access the most direct route into the tennis club. I like to walk by once in a while just to vary things. There's a path right here. Probably see people playing tennis. I do see people playing tennis. This little path here takes us down there. Lots of people on the courts this morning, and they also have a little clubhouse, and you can get some food here. Bliss Bistro. They have a nice deck.
But he's gotten so good to like.
Tennis lessons, I would think. Some of this. Like young people. then there's a path that takes us on out back to the lake. And on we go. That's Spruce Island over there. Here's to my left is the Holodomor Memorial, marking the Russian genocide of Ukrainians under Stalin between the wars. Morning. It's a little emaciated Ukrainian girl marking that. We have a lot of Ukrainian immigrants came to Saskatchewan, and now we're getting quite a few refugees, migrants, whatever you want to say, fleeing the war, which is again the Russians. There's a long bloody history over there. See the geese holding up traffic. I think remarkably few geese get hit by cars, but it's not because they don't try. There's still young geese in here. You can see they're a little smaller. They look like adults, but they're smaller. All getting ready for their migratory flights coming up. About a month, a bit longer. They'll be heading off, maybe 2 months. He did not give me any warning he was there. Big guy on a little tiny bicycle.
So do you.
He got his doctor's order for the x-ray, so he got.
Probably going to go downtown to work today again. I find I'm actually more productive down there than at home for most things, depending on what I'm doing. If I need the bigger computer for layout or something of a book, then it's easier to work at home, but for just editing on my laptop, what the heck? It's a gang. Oh. Coming in lower than usual. Must be the way the wind is today. There are certain times, if the wind is blowing just right, that they come in quite low over the lake here on their way into the airport. When I worked at the Science Center, you'd note that occasionally. Our geese. You know, if I quit live streaming on Facebook, it would simplify my life. I could live stream on YouTube at 1080 and not bother with putting up a separate file later at the higher resolution. But I do have people that watch me on Facebook live, so I've never wanted to do that. I don't know why Facebook doesn't allow 1080 streaming, but it doesn't. It's only 720 when you're watching the live stream here. It does probably reduce buffering though. Anyway, the key is to not watch it on too big a screen, and it looks fine. Walked over there not too long ago. Be a dog at the end of that rope, one would think. I was right. Wascana Rehab Center right over there, peeking up. Seems to be a whole bunch of women walking around the lake today. I don't know if they're all part of the same group or what. There are certainly groups that get together to walk around the lake together. It's the same guy who still didn't give me any warning he was there. On the same stupid little bicycle. Cyclists don't realize, they should realize if they've ever been a pedestrian, that you can't hear them coming. And if you do something unexpected, like suddenly decide to walk over and look at the lake, it could be a collision. So I'm always critical of cyclists who don't ring a bell or say something as they come up behind you on this path. Dogs everywhere. I'm so glad I have a cat. Must be quite a large trunk of that tree out on this side, but long gone. There's the lake. And Surveyor's Monument. I'm going to skip Pine Island again. I feel like I'm behind schedule today, so I'll keep pushing on. Anyway, that's Pine Island. Besides, it's not as much fun since they blocked off the path under the waterfall. I don't know what that was about. Somebody did something stupid, and so none of the rest of us can walk there, I suspect. Nothing much to say, just walking along here. Just thinking how rollerblades still seem a very 80s thing to me. I went by on them.
And then I looked at him like, no, people.
Coming up to the bridge. That'll put us back on the other side of the creek. Good view of the lake here, how blue it is from this direction, with the sun behind me. A little ruffled today with the breeze. Kind of blowing in my face from this direction. It's coming from the northwest, I guess, which explains why it's cooler today than it was yesterday. Broad Street Bridge. See Pine Island again over there with the little waterfall that last couple of times at least I've been able to walk under, which is why I didn't even try today. I've had it chained off. Somebody playing, oh, there's some boats out there too. Well, we'll see the canoe club, rowing club when we go by there in a minute. Somebody's playing something outside and not all that well. It's either a saxophone or a violin. Probably a violin. I don't think it sounded like a saxophone. Only caught a snatch of it. I don't know where it was coming from. Other side of the bridge back there, which is odd. Oh, good grief. Won't say what I think about that kind of get up. This parking lot. Dragon boats here for, I presume we're getting a dragon boat festival this year since I've been seeing the boats out, although I haven't seen any posters about it. So, boat launch here. Straight ahead is Bar Willow and Lake Tahoe. It's their very nice deck with a view over the lake. Nicer when you're not sitting under the tents, though, I think, if the weather permits, but certainly gives them more flexibility having the tents there. I think they even had it open in cold months because they can heat that space. All right, this brings us around by the rowing club. playground here. They have camps, I'm sure, and I've seen lots of kids here. Boats out. And as I said, a couple of them on the lake over there. Might get another view of the boats if they keep going, and they're still there when I get to the bridge up here. This bridge up here doesn't cross the creek, it just crosses a little inlet from the lake to where the one of the aeration fountains is. And a little pond up here, we'll see it in a minute. It's behind the trees over there right now. I can hear it. There it is. I can hear the rowers just to my left, so I think when we get to the river, we'll probably be able to see them again. To the bridge, I mean. So there's the fountain. And here's a perfect timing to see them go by. So Spruce Island over there, and downtown over there. And if I get this just right, we'll get them passing right in front of the legislative building. There we go. Possible thumbnail. We'll see. And then here's the aforementioned fountain. Faster than me when I stop, but when I walk, they're probably about the same speed. Morning. There's Willow Island coming into view there between the trees. That's the Queen building over there, which is a landlocked ship, HMCS Queen. Again, Willow Island over here. The only island you can rent and picnic on. And there's my rowing friends, keeping pace. Yellow leaves, that's a sign of things to come. Probably not fall related yet, but It's coming. So yeah, that's run as a ship. That's where the naval cadets hang out. There's one in Saskatchewan called HMCS Unicorn. They do say prairie people make good sailors. Can't see it myself because I'm prone to seasickness. Or at least motion sickness. I assume I'd be prone to seasickness if I ever went to sea. Have you ever been to sea, buddy? I know just being on a ferry on Lake Huron with a little bit of motion was enough to make me feel a little uncomfortable, so I suspect I would do really badly on the ocean. So my time to go to sea as a sailor is long past. I would have had to try it as a young man. Perhaps then I could have gotten over my seasickness. Although, supposedly, some sailors are seasick every time they go out for a day or two, and then they get used to it. But you're pretty useless while you're seasick. It's not fatal, but apparently it feels like you wish it were. From my readings of those who suffer from the affliction. The ground here stays nicely beneath your feet. We're not even prone to earthquakes to speak of, so there have been tremors here and there in the province, but very geologically stable area. Now, Yellowstone's not far away, so if that ever blows, we're screwed, but so is most of North America, so can't really worry about that one. Might as well worry about an asteroid. Can't do anything about that either. Those joggers on the other side of the lake, they're running faster now and looked less happy, at least the guy did, who almost ran me over because he didn't want to move over. But he did. I stood my ground because I was on the sidewalk. Touches of yellow here and there. Alright, Willow Island again, and this of course is where the Shards of Excalibur series begins, in this little patch of water. Another plane coming in low over the lake there as before. I'll walk the path today instead of the shortcut. CBC building is right over that way. And the college building, we'll get a better look at it up here. Oh. How many park workers does it take to change a light bulb? 3 apparently, 2 to hold the ladder and 1 to do the work. Here comes rollerblade guy again. Of the 80s. Might take the next. Why am I suddenly Australian? Might take the next. No, I might take this next shortcut. think I will cut off a bit. But over there is, as I said, a somewhat better view of the college building. It's unusual to see weeds growing on this with the mulch they put down. Maybe they haven't mulched it recently or this year. Weeds have found their way through. Life will find a way, as Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park. Pretty sure we won't see any dinosaurs popping up though. Here's the lake again and the legislative building. And the bridge. And coming into view is the other aeration fountain, twin to the one in the little pond back there. There were a couple of years where they had a floating platform out there and did a symphony concert with the players on that platform. More or less where the fountain is, although obviously the fountain wasn't running. More dogs. More bikes. More people. So there's where they're building the new Wascana pool, which will be open next year. Can't really see it through the trees, but it's there. I've walked up once or twice to take a look at it. Over that way. This is the gazebo. For all your gazebo needs. Funny word, gazebo. Keep meaning to look it up, see where it comes from. There's the fountain with the ledge behind it. They line up right there. And we're almost back to the bridge. That means we're almost home. Getting close, getting close. Up here we'll just go off through the tunnel and that'll be the end of our lake walk today. Not quite the end of the walk, but the end of the lake part. So, one more look at the bridge. The Queen City X is on right now, the exhibition. I've been debating going and walking around down there. It'd be cool, but I have to pay to get in, and I'm uninterested in that. Otherwise, I could walk around outside the gates. That's kind of boring. Also, we're going somewhere tomorrow afternoon, so I don't think I'll get a chance. If the timing worked perfectly, maybe, but there may not be any walking this weekend, or if there is, it may not be here. We're going up to Last Mountain Lake, so I might take a walk around up there. Should be cool. I'll take my thing with me anyway. Okay, just a couple more blocks to home. See how the garden is doing down here at the end of the divider. Nice, lush, very tall something. I'd say it's a sunflower, but there's no sunflowers, but maybe they've already come up and gone down again. I don't know. I can walk down the middle of the road because it's one way. I don't see anybody coming to the corner. Houses on this side I don't walk by quite as often as on the other side. Speaking of gazebos, they have their own little gazebo on the corner here. Been in that house. The attic up there is open and finished, so actually bigger than it looks. So it has a huge attic that's open for use. Our attic is like our basement, very much not for use. Our basement is unfinished, and because the house has been in the family since 1939, it's full of stuff. Much of which could be discarded, but that in itself is a huge undertaking. So maybe when my wife is retired and looking for things to do, we'll have time to do that. But that's still several years away. So in the meantime, we'll just carry on. Davin school dead ahead. Another dog. Alrighty, here's good old Angus Crescent. we will stop up here, and that will be it for the day. Well, I may walk downtown, but if I do, I won't bother streaming it. So I just did that yesterday. Okay, I'll stop here. So thanks for walking with me today. I'll be back sometime. Bye for now.